Saw a movie, and it was pretty good.
On Netflix?
Uh-huh. It was a pretty good movie. And it was the last Rambo. It was not bad.
Oh, Daddy's bored.
It was, I go, let me just take a peekaboo at this. Let me take a peekaboo.
That doesn't get suggested
Last
on my
Blood.
thing.
Sylvester Stallone pulls it off yet again. And I swear to God.
Oh, no, I see. It's so violent.
But it was so
He kills
good.
so many guys?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, these cartels fuck with his niece. Not a good idea.
He kills so many guys.
The thing about him is you believe that this actor.
Because we grew up with him killing people. So it's like, yeah, of course.
And it's that saying like, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. I'm afraid of what? I'm afraid of me, kind of thing.
No, I don't
like
know
if I
that
pulled
one.
a lid off, I'm afraid of me. That's what he was saying. That's kind of the theme of it. Like, don't wake the sleeping giant. I know how black men's hearts can be. He says
Hey.
She goes, well, what about you're a good person? He goes, no, I'm not. I just keep a lid on it.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, you're too into Rambo, huh?
I'm a little into
At
Rambo.
your age? You know what I'm saying? At your age? You just
I admit-
quoted Rambo,
I
the
did
new
quote
Rambo.
I just quoted.
That's
Rambo.
where you're at, dude.
That's where I'm
you're
at.
quoting the new Rambo.
I am.
There's some truth to it. Where if you open this can of worms, it's dark.
I watched it with my girl last night, and I go like this. After it was done, he kills an entire cartel, and I go
For sure.
And I go
Unrealistically.
And
yeah.
she just stops. She's like on her phone, and I go like this. I look at her and I go, "It's based on a true story."
She laughing.
It's like you're a fucking idiot.
I can't believe you sat through it. That's cool though. Sometimes it's entertaining.
It
though.
was not a bad movie. He's
Sylvester Stallone
actually
really doesn't
good.
miss. I mean, I don't fuck
He
with
wrote
it.
it.
I don't. Of course, he does. Yeah, I didn't fuck with the Expendables. I don't like any of that shit.
No, I don't either. It looks like a bunch of old guys who are still. It's something about it that but
It's like it's like
here he embraces his ancient frame.
it's like a senior club Black Waters operation. It's like, really at 60, you guys are gonna do all this shit? You ever met a 60-year-old?
How old is Stallone? 74. You got. I don't think there's anybody on the planet. I don't think there's a 74-year-old with his body. He's 75 years old. You need to see what he looks like. Now he's very stiff. What happens is your body gets calcified.
Stiff, daddy.
He's a high-level horseman, and he fell off this horse. He did all his stunts. He's got so many injuries. So I think he has some kind of fusion in his back because his neck and back are very, very tight.
he's very stiff. Remember he's
fuck,
walking
he's
that
tough.
alligator? Remember he had a house party with an alligator?
No,
And he's like, check out this thing. You don't remember that?
he's got a great sense of humor.
He looks fantastic.
He's awesome. 75. Come on, he looks great.
That's what long-term moderate steroid use looks like, in my opinion.
I
Be
have
smart
to
about
agree.
it.
HGH for like 30 years rather than going crazy for 10 and then have a heart attack.
I have to
Dude,
agree.
remember in Australia when he got busted with HGH? They were like trying to
Surprise.
arrest him. He's like, really? You shitting me?
You want the movies or not?
I'm 70. Did you enjoy Rambo? Did you like Demolition Man? You think all that shit was natural?
Well, he looks.
I'm Rambo.
He looks so good. And like, I remember back in the day, if you see him in like Rambo 3, okay, and you see how shredded he was, he looks fantastic. His body is fantastic. So whatever he was doing, man, that's
Now,
long
he's-
term. How long has he been on the juice, do you think?
I never thought about it like until I started getting more into steroids. I realized, he's been on it the whole time. Like, because you have this binary where it's like, you take steroids and you become this giant bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Look back at these. He's on low doses of hardening agents like Winstrol.
Oh, he is? When
he's
like
Rocky?
in
Yeah.
Rocky.
Okay,
like,
'cause
he is extremely lean in those. I didn't really realize it because he
Oh.
doesn't look out of control. But if you look like one of the big things HGH does is it converts
That's a fake
your
picture
body's
of Arnold.
preferred fuel source to fat, so it increases lipolysis a lot. He's so lean
That's gotta be
versus his muscularity for a 70-year-old. And taking HGH regularly, I mean, it's not all positive because
Everything grows.
correct, and you
It
can't.
doesn't decide what to grow.
the
It grows
two
your
pathways,
head.
You can't be both
your
growing
hands.
things and having like autophagy and the sort of like
Yes.
cleaning out system. But
So you're not
gonna
a
look
fan
like
of
that.
HGH?
Huh?
You're not a fan of HGH?
No, I am.
You
I'm
are.
just saying, like, you have to, for longevity, and I guess
Tiny
we'll be
doses?
seeing more of it because we're going to say, like, we don't have 100 years of these uses. High doses, I would consider, like bodybuilders who use 15, 20 IUs a day. I've taken, like, 2 to 5 a day. And that's considered a moderate.
But also that high dose is why you see those bodybuilders. You'll see the physique of the Mr. Olympia change, and that's where they have those power guts.
Yes.
Where there's like it's a gut, but it's abs.
Yes.
That's because
Yeah.
HGH grows everything. Your organs
Yeah.
grow, your liver grows, your stomach grows.
And it affects your, like, I'm still learning
So
about
it
the connection
pushes
between
everything
HGH
out.
and insulin, but those two things are kind of, like,
Well, Dorian
centimeters apart.
Yates said, I know 50 guys have dropped dead of heart attacks in their 40s or,
Right, we only hear about the top ones.
Yes.
You know.
But I mean, whatever's going on, that kind of steroid use, that kind of HGH use.
Yeah,
is
and the
no
numbers,
joke.
if you really knew, because people are like, I stand by moderate controlled steroid uses at the minimum effective dose. You
Explain
can
steroids. What do you mean by steroids? So,
I would, well, even
Really?
GRT
so Bryan
is
Callen
steroids.
comes to you and
Yeah.
says, dude, I want to get thick.
Can't help you.
Well, I mean, if you were doing it the smartest way possible,
Yeah,
you basically
can't
start with one thing, which could be testosterone. It's the safest because you can kind of ramp it up without toxicity. All the other orals and stuff like that, there's a cost to your body processing it.
Yeah.
Or putting something that doesn't belong in there, there's a cost. You know,
Yeah.
if you're taking a cattle hormone, like
be
there's a
some
cost,
side effects.
even though
Yeah.
it might be stronger.
Cattle hormone? Is that available?
Trenbolone,
Yeah.
Trenbolone is like the meme. It's the most powerful injectable one, and they use it
There's some
like
big side
for cattle
effects,
to make
though.
cattle gigantic. It's said to be 6
You're gonna
times
grow
as
an
anabolic
udder.
as testosterone.
You're gonna have an udder,
Yeah.
Brian.
It's sort
You
of
want me
like
to
also-
suck on your udders.
Trembolone.
Dude, do a bunch of Trenbolone and let me suck on your
Yeah,
udders.
you'll also go psychotic at some point because it interferes with your sleep. So when people
you
talk
look
about
dope.
roid rage, it's like part of it is androgen. You know, like
You're not
when you have
sleeping.
androgen signaling, yeah, your brain's really just always firing, like always in fight or flight. But then also